Republican State Senator Bart Hester. Thanks for joining us for On the Record. Senator Hester, what are some of the accomplishments for the GOP this year?
We've had a great year as far as from the GOP's perspective. Look, simple things that we can all agree on, like free school lunch for everyone, regardless of their income. But it's really important that our kids have a full belly when they go to class each day. We did bell-to-bell, no cell phones in schools. We've seen some really great results from that, and I think that we will see at the end of the year that we've had safer schools and more productive schools because of that. We finished eliminating the sales tax on grocery from a state perspective. That's about $11 million a year staying in the pockets of Arkansans.
And you guys also did Arkansas Access this year, correct?
We did. Look, we think that clearly higher education is important, and we want to make it affordable for everyone and timely, and issues that are focusing on issues that are important to Arkansas. What our job creators need for the people. Access is going to be a real game changer for higher ed.
What were some of the hurdles that you guys faced this year in the legislature?
There's always hurdles, particularly when it comes to money, even when you've got plenty of it. The state of Arkansas, we've been really fiscally responsible. We've got, about $3 billion in certain accounts saved up. We continue to cut income taxes, but our revenues keep going up. So that's been going really well. But, arguing over where money should go in government priorities was probably the number one hurdle we had.
A big discussion next year will continue to be the controversy over the state prison that's proposed to be built in Franklin County. Do you see any type of deal being reached on this?
We're going to have a prison. We're going to have it in Franklin County. Look, there's we looked all over the whole state. That's the right place to put the prison for all the reasons. We're going to continue pushing down this road because it's the right thing to do. Public safety is the number one responsibility for government. And we've got to keep people safe. And to be able to do that in Arkansas, to be able to empty out some beds in our counties, we've got to build a prison. Franklin County is the right place to do it.
What are some of your goals specifically for next year?
Well, I'd like to see our income tax continue to get cut in Arkansas. By being more responsible and respectful of people's income taxes, let them keep more of what they've earned, is one of the reasons we have became the number one inbound state for migration last year. More people moved to Arkansas than any other state, and it's because we're doing right by policy. People are moving with their, voting with their feet. They're moving to Arkansas because we're doing the right things for people. So part of that is continuing to cut the income tax. We're down to 3.9%. I suspect sometime in 2026, we'll take another whack at it.
How can that be done to keep cutting the income tax?
Well, look, we keep cutting income taxes. More people move here, and it's just a broader base of payers. And so that's what's been helping. We've been responsible with our spend. We're not letting our spending get out of control. More people are moving here. They're having high earnings here. Arkansas was number one in the country last year for, GDP growth at 5.1%. So our policies are right. More people are here. More people are paying. Even though it's a smaller rate, our gross revenues are increasing.
Senator Hester, circling back to the Franklin County Prison, I know that there's several candidates who are running for District 26. Do you think that the winner of that state Senate seat will have any outcome when it comes to the prison?
Well, I think it's really important that's a great question. Look, I think anybody that wins that seat is going to be opposed to the prison going there. So that's, there's not one that's vocally for that prison. But I think the difference is when you have somebody that's going to work well with the administration on how we put the prison in, communication. I think there are some people running for that seat that will work much better with the administration, and in that get a much better result for the people of that district.
Are there any specific pieces of legislation that you hope to introduce next year?
Yes, I'm going to work on judicial reform. Look, we've got a few judges in the state of Arkansas, particularly around Pulaski County, that are elected by a subset of people that continue to make rulings that just aren't rational and are crazy. And so we have to continue to work our Court of Appeals and Supreme Court. Look, we've got to have judicial reform. We've got to be able to, like the Benton County judges, Right now, they're doing almost 3 times the work of a judge in Pulaski County. It's not fair. We are adding another circuit judge in Benton County, but even when we add that judge, we'll still just be doing just over 2 times the work of a judge in Pulaski County. We've got to have some reform in that area. We've got to bring some relief to our judges that are really doing the work.
So how do you think this can be accomplished?
What can be accomplished by just the numbers, right? Data matters, the facts matter in this case. And that's why I started talking here about the fact that our judges in Benton County, Washington County, up in Jonesboro, they are simply doing way more work than the judges in Pulaski County. And the judges in Pulaski County are making rulings that are clogging up our court system, our Court of Appeals, and our Supreme Court because they're just not rational or reasonable, and they keep getting overturned. So they're wasting a lot of taxpayers' money. I think just the facts will show why we need reform.
Senator Hester, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.